How can something so small, yet so beautiful, represent our entire consciousness? Have you ever felt stuck or like life's not moving in the right direction for you, or things are moving too slow, you're losing faith in the divine timing of everything? In this video, we're going to discuss how every twist and turn is leading you exactly where you need to be. And in this present moment, though you may not see it and it may not be conscious in your mind, growth is happening. Welcome to A Minute in the Matrix, where today we'll discuss how the divine timing of everything will reshape your reality. At the end of the video, we're going to do a meditation to get you back on track. In this video, you'll find everything you need to reconnect to your divine path and trust that everything is flowing and going right where it needs to be, and you are right where you need to be. If you're ready to connect with your infinite potential and understand how everything is working exactly as it needs to and moving you in the right direction, let's dive in. So this small shell has a beautiful spiral. And I like to think of this spiral in the 3D as how our consciousness projects everything externally into this environment. I like to think of the continuation of this spiral as more than just what you see in the shell in my hand. I like to think of it as a boundless, limitless continuation far beyond what our senses can perceive in the external environment. Just like our consciousness, there are so many other things working behind the scenes. If we consider this external matrix that we have projected and we have created and what we are living in perceptually, there is so much more that goes on behind the scenes, just like when you're watching a movie. You only see the finished product. You only see what appears to be a script. Behind the scenes, there's cameramen, there's the acting courses the actors had to take. They have sets, they have so many different elements that go into making the finished product and the movie. You just see a small percentage of what that really is. So our consciousness and what we are awake to in our daily lives is very limited. And like that shell, I like to focus on the spiral's continuation beyond what we can see. For it is infinite in this universe, as is our consciousness. So the way a shell is made, it needs a mollusk. And the mollusk secretes proteins and minerals like calcium carbonate to begin the process of constructing the shell. Now, this shell is constructed depending on the external environment and the nutrients that are in the water and that the mollusk is able to use for shell production. There's a DNA code that goes into making each shell, and that's why they are all unique and distinct in their own right. No different than your consciousness is distinct. There is a connection to oneness, but for you and what you perceive, you are a unique soul with a unique consciousness that you can create boundless, limitless shapes and projections in your matrix for yourself. So if you happen to be feeling stuck right now, or you're in an ebb state, you are not growing externally, and it's not reflected in things like your bank account's not what you want it to be, or your career is not where you want it to be, or you are just feeling like you're being held back by things and there's no growth happening. Well, I'm here to tell you today that every twist and turn is exactly what needs to happen in your life for you to leap into the next best version of yourself, regardless if you are feeling growth or not. Behind the scenes, there are divine forces working to promote you to the next level. It is a matter of perception. It is a matter of being able to understand that these seemingly periods of your life that are slow growth or no growth at all, or maybe even rehabilitation periods or periods in your life that you are physically ill, or maybe you are mentally, you're overwhelmed, or you are in a period of depression. There is a way to overcome and to change your thinking to start moving beyond the physical limitations of the 3D. This is but a small piece of the greater design, a very small piece. And if we think of quantum physics and string theory and different dimensions, your perception externally is so incredibly small that if you can get beyond that, you will understand so much more is at work behind the scenes. So this idea aligns with quantum physics in the sense of timelessness. And though you may be feeling a period of stagnation, timelessness transcends our linear keeping of time, which I want you to understand that we are more than just our physical selves. We are more than just a body. Our body is just our vessel. The external is just matter and energy. Where the real magic is our consciousness, and that transcends space and time. The best way to access consciousness and to be feeling more than just your body and to start making these changes of thought in your head are right before you fall asleep at night. Or this could be right in your meditation as you're really sinking in deep down and you start to get a little bit sleepy, but this is not your delta waves. This is not your sleep waves. This is right above that, like low alpha, theta waves, when you are accessing the subconscious, but you are still awake. That's when you can start to tell yourself, I am more than just my body. I am more than my disease. I am more than my circumstances. I am more than this depression. More. I am growing. I do trust in the divine timing. This shell reminds me of continual growth, that we never stop growing. We are in eternal growth. Though our bodies change over time, that's just the biological keeping of time. In reality, the eternal, the consciousness, it never ends. You are limitless beyond these constructs that we've built. You see this external world around you, but there's so much more that you can expand upon, that you can become. It's all about how creative and how much you believe in yourself, how creative you can be. So I'd like to do a meditation exercise with you to really instill this concept. So you can either gaze off into the distance or close your eyes and visualize the shell that I was showing you earlier. You can begin by breathing in through your nose and exhaling slowly through your mouth. Start to visualize those whorls slowly going around and expanding. Still thinking of the size of that shell, its physical matter. And then in your mind, take that shell away, but continue thinking of the spiral. Breathe in through your nose and exhale slowly through your mouth. As those spirals get bigger and bigger, I want you to start thinking of limitlessness and boundlessness, and the spiral getting as big as the room you are in. Think of that spiral getting larger than the room you are in. Think of the spiral spanning the entire state that you are living in. That spiral continues to grow and grow, though we have removed the shell. Think of your own mind right now. Think of your mind as beyond the physical body. Think of your mind or your consciousness as expanding like that spiral. Vastness, boundlessness. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. That spiral now may be beyond the size of this earth, the planet we live on. How big can you expand your consciousness to? Can it extend beyond this known solar system? How far does it go? What is the limit? As you can see, and hopefully you can feel, the consciousness has no boundary. No different than your thoughts and what you can do with your life has no boundary. Let's tap back into our awareness now by breathing in through our nose and out through our mouth. Come back to center, open your eyes, and see how you feel after that exercise. How big did you get? That's the essence. That's finding your true essence. That's yourself. It's not this. It's not this. It's not the jewelry, the cars, the house, the chair you're sitting in, the bed you're lying in, the car you drive. You are the entire universe. So whenever you're feeling stuck in life, think of the spiral. It is forever expanding. I also want you to now start seeing in your 3D if you can see spirals out in the world. I want to see what comes up for you. I want to see if spirals start popping into your life in weird places. I want to see if you notice spirals, the seeds of a sunflower, or on somebody's t-shirt, or on some packaging somewhere, or maybe you see an unexpected spiral at the store, or maybe even more powerful, you start thinking about the spiral and you go back to this meditation exercise and you remind yourself of the possibilities. So every time you see a spiral or think of a spiral, that should reinstill divine timing and faith, trust in the universe that you are moving forward. You are moving into the best version of yourself. Though it may not be in your forefront, in your perception, I just explained to you that it's a sliver of what's really going on. So don't be confused, or don't make the mistake of equating yourself to what is in your external environment or how your body is right now. There is growth always happening. I hope the connection with the spiral helps you make better decisions for yourself and putting your personal health first and making better choices and focusing on getting better rest and better food choices and getting physical activity involved in your life. And you know, the spiral is like the cycle of life, okay? Though things may die, like physical things of matter, like our body, our soul and our energy never dies, okay? Like E equals MC squared. So keep expanding and keep evolving. And if you start seeing spirals, I want you to comment below. So you're gonna have to subscribe to the channel so you don't lose the video. Or you can comment on how you felt after we did the spiral exercise, and I'd love to interact with you. This YouTube channel was created because I needed an outlet, and I wanted to connect with other like-minded people or people who are really looking for some motivation to up-level their life. And I want to provide that for you. I want to build a community. I want a tribe. I am just coming out of the past 6 years. I've either been pregnant or nursing, and I am feeling life flowing again. I am out of my survival mode, truly. And I want to share some of my energy and insights with all of you. So let's build something together. And if you're on board with that and you want to learn more about me and you want to start interacting, subscribe and let's get something going. So thank you so much for joining me on A Minute in the Matrix. I hope you found some value in our lesson today. Have a stellar day, and I'll see you in the next episode.